going to talk a little bit now about the use the IML resistograph was invented for, and that use is as a tool for arborists to determine the internal structure of a living tree. Before the IML resistograph was invented, arborists had only primitive methods of testing a tree to try to determine what the internal condition was like. With a resistograph, you can get an accurate picture of the internal structure of a tree, like this large western red cedar. Once I've determined I have a tree where a testing is going to be necessary, I like to use a small paint pen to mark the spot on the tree that I'm going to test. The reason I do this is because the drill bit is so tiny that if I have to come back and show somebody where I've drilled the tree or review my work at a later time, it's often almost impossible to find a tiny hole that's left. So I use the paint pen to make a reference mark so I can come back and figure out exactly where I drilled the tree. You want to position the instrument against the tree and hold it firmly, and you want to line up the drill so that you're aiming toward the center of the tree. The reason for this is that you get the best reading if the drill bit crosses the grain of the wood, that is the rings of wood behind the bark, perpendicular to them. Now we've moved the camera around to the opposite side of the tree so that you can watch as I drill. So here we go. We've got a typical pattern for western red cedar here, moving through sound tissue. Whoop. There's a drop in resistance there. Oh, and now the resistance is down to 0. We're into a decay hollow or a void in the tree. I always get excited when I see this sort of thing, especially when I've guessed right that the tree was hollow. And the resistograph is showing us exactly what I expected to find. Thin shell of sound wood and a hollow tree inside of that. I hope you've enjoyed seeing the various applications of the resistograph drill demonstrated. Clearly, this tool is the best thing out there for testing trees, poles, beams, timber structures of various sizes and shapes. You can test houses for structural problems and termite damage. It's important to remember that the resistograph drill is only as good as the person handling it. We hope you'll visit the IML USA website, where there's lots of great information that'll help you get the most out of your resistograph drill. IML USA, in cooperation with Tree Solutions Inc., also offers intensive seminars on the care and feeding of the resistograph drill. These small group experiences will give you hands-on knowledge of how to maintain your drill, how to interpret the data, and to learn some tips from people who've been using these marvelous instruments for over 10 years. I hope you can come join us for one of our seminars this year.